weekend, we headed out to Amarillo Dragway for a small tire spectacular. It's $2,500 to win True Street, $5,000 for first and small tire. I wanted to get there Friday a little early so we can make a few passes, try some new stuff, see if we figured out a few things on the car. But we ended up helping my girlfriend move into her new salon and got there a little late. So first pass off the trailer. I was very happy with the number that it ran, especially considering the surface. The surface doesn't look good. It's very tricky looking at it compared to how fast you can go on it. We bought into the 530 index in True Street. Thought about doing small tire too, but it was just me there this time, so Zach showed up a little bit late. I didn't want to have to turn the car around myself that fast again. They gave us 2 time trials each class. We ended up only taking 2 of them. After our 2 time trial runs, we were feeling amazing. Car went 2 personal bests on Saturday on our 2 time trials. We just kind of gotten to the point where I was happy with the tune-up. I swung for it the second pass and it took it. And wheelie control was already catching it, and I was tightening down the front, and it wasn't. We're just kind of at the limits of how fast we could go with the bias that it was sitting at. So I started letting it run out of fuel instead of adding more fuel to pull weight out of the back of the car, so it sit at a heavier front bias. And then we went into competition. We're up here in the lanes for first round. We got this turboed S197 as well. So put a little spicy tune-up in it and see if it takes it. I'm trying to get it to stop wheeling.
Dump me like that. I dumped too late. What'd you go?
Me and Parker got down there and stood on the brakes. Who could stop faster? I was out of it a little bit before he did. Whenever I let off, I looked over at him and he was looking at me and he let off. We were both on the brakes down there. It was hilarious. So he ended up breaking out a little bit worse than I did on the brakes. So that puts us on to second round of the 530 index and True Street. Second round, we drew, it was a blue Fortune Camaro or Trans Am. It was a pretty car. And then in 530 index, we drew a blown dragster. we ended up getting the competition by. The guy broke, couldn't make it up there to the line. I gave him as much time as I could give him, but he came up there saying that, hey, like, I can't fix it. Got a competition by. We ended up tightening the front struts down. I had Charlie tighten the front struts down for me. On top of that, after I did my burnout, they had me wait because there's something going on with the timing system. I told them, I was like, I don't need a timing system for my buy run. I can just run it off the Dragway. But they told me to wait. So I'm not sure which one knocked the tire off or caused it to shake like that. If it was tightening the front strut down or if it was waiting. So I just put it back to the strut. We were going fast enough in that class that I didn't really think we needed to go much faster. So the dragster ended up having an issue with his starting line controller. He said he pressed the button twice and the trans brake won't re-engage after you press it once for like 20 seconds. So he rolled the beams. It was good because we wheelied and went to the right. So on to the semifinals of the 530 index. So we ended up drawing Steve Little for that. It was Steve, me, and Drew. And then in True Street, there was 3 cars left. It was LS, Fox, Parker, and I. Of course, me and Parker drew each other. Well, that's not supposed to be like that. What do you think, Drew?
What?
That's supposed to be like that?
Mint. If you squint, it's mint.
Oh, yeah. So, we were out front, but we blew the intercooler off into his lane, DQs us. Parker moves on to the finals. Yes, sir! Well, guys, we are back from Amarillo. Got the car right here, about to unload. Let me show you what happened. So you got the back of this intercooler plate missing. So what happened was it blew off on the big end. I guess just too much boost. I think the reason we're blowing it off is because of back pressure. I don't think his intercooler can flow what we're trying to flow through it. I think that's kind of been a cripple the last few times that we've been at the track. So at the same time, I'm not a fan of that intake with the cams. Now, stock cam deals be probably really good. They would all run out of power, making power at right around the same area, but we're not stock cams, so let me show you what we got.